band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, covering the 40 acres.
Welcome back to the morning. Kickoff. Mike Harbaugh Hards, WWE Hall of Famer, World's Strongest Man, D. Mark Henry. Of course, we got Marcus behind the boards. Coming up in the next segment, we'll hear from our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. He was with the women's basketball team, so we'll catch up with him on that. We'll also talk to him about what he heard from Coach Sark yesterday at the media availability as we continue to roll with some of that press conference. Coach Sark met with the media yesterday, and one of the questions was about what he's been able to do with that running game. You look at the running game and the people that are in there and the new players that are part of the organization. It's an organization now. It's not just a football team
it's not just a team.
Yeah, it's an organization now, and the moves that were being made. So you start to sit back and look at Raleek Brown. You get a chance to look at Hollywood Smothers. You talked about Derek Cooper just a little bit ago, James Simon, the running back room. And the question was asked to him yesterday about that is how important is it for the running backs to be versatile because of the fact that you are the play caller and what you are looking for?
I do think that's important. We're a believer if we can get the ball to our playmakers in space, and if they have the ability to make people miss in the open field, they can create explosive plays that way. You don't always have to throw it 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. And so Raleek, Hollywood, Derek, Michael Terry, Ryan Niblett, all those guys have that capability in them. It's finding out the things that they do well and then continually putting those guys in those situations to do that, and then the quarterback's trusting them to get that done. But we're off to a pretty good start. Again, we got a long way to go, June, July, August, all that stuff, but I've been pleased with our ability to identify those guys and them being comfortable doing those things and the quarterbacks getting the ball to make those plays.
That's the part of everything, making sure that they can get everybody in the right spot, being able to understand how versatile these running backs are and the ability to make people miss in space.
And knowing your responsibility, that was the thing that I like to hear the most. Is they have guys that's already recognizing what they're supposed to do, which, picking up blocks is a big deal. Picking up blitzes is a big deal because as you're a quarterback and you can do everything right, if you don't pick up that free rusher, that play is a 14-yard loss. And sounds like guys are knowing what they're supposed to do.
Well, the one thing, too, when
they are veterans.
Well, some of them. But remember, he talked about Derek Cooper missing a block in the red zone.
Yeah.
And that's the type of thing. But it's those moments that you can go back and talk to the player and say, hey, this is what you did right. This is what you did wrong. How can we help you fix this? And I was watching Jabbar Juke. Is it Juke? Yeah. And what he was teaching about the footwork on blocking, how you get through people, where's your base need to be, how strong do you need to be on your base to be able to push people around. Those are the things, because some people, they get narrow. No, you got to stay wide and make sure that you can hold up on that defensive end because they're getting a head of steam coming at you.
Right.
So
you got to absorb that energy.
You got to make sure that you can handle that and, again, protect your quarterback. He also was asked about himself this offseason. Where's the growth as a coach because of the highs and the lows and the different moments in the season where you got to go back and self-reflect because everybody has to check on what they're doing and what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong and how's the growth as a coach this offseason.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this team, and already it's weird to think that we're like 3 months into this deal, 4 months into this deal with this group. I really like this team. I feel connected to them, and that's important for me. like I said, we touched on a few months ago about our culture work starting sooner. And I think that that's carrying over to the practice field and the way we're working, the way we're competing. I like the leadership. You can feel the coaches, you can feel the players stepping up into leadership roles, and that's encouraging because you hope that the messaging that you convey to them carries over and that they kind of apply the things that you're asking of them. And so, ultimately for me, I'm always about growing. I'm always trying to get better. I'm always reading something at night that hopefully can make me a little bit better. And I'm not a finished product. I know I'm old and tired and all those things allegedly, but I try to stay young. I try to stay fresh. I try to stay new, and then I try to relay those things to the players. But I try not to lose sight of who we are and our foundation. And our foundation is, our standard is a standard around here, and we believe in hard work. We believe in mental and physical toughness. We believe in commitment. We believe in accountability. And this team, to me, already has bought into those things. And ultimately, we believe in connectivity. And there's a lot of love already on this team, which is really cool to see this soon, this early. Now, we got to continue to build, and we have to play better and all those things. But I've enjoyed this process already. I can't believe this is year 6, which is crazy. But, yeah, it's been fun.
That to me, I was like, dang, I forgot that this dude has been here for that long, six years. So him being able to understand what his shortcomings may be and where he's trying to get better at is something that every single year, that's that self awareness type of deal.
Yeah, he's past the coaching job and now he's into the coaching career.
Yeah. Here at the University of Texas.
Right.
He says the right things right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, and being able to grow with his team. And he said about the connectivity that they have, the growth that this team has already shown in a short period of time. You've been in locker rooms. You know what it looks like when different people come in and they're used to doing things a certain way wherever they were, and now they come into a different locker room and they try to make it that way, and it's like no, this is the way we do it.
Right,
this is the way we do it. Fall in line.
It's the same way in wrestling.
Yeah,
we had guys that came in from other places, and they might want to sit and dress by the door, or they might want to sit and dress by the entryway, but that's where the veterans usually sit. So you tend to let the veterans do them. Go sit somewhere else and post up.
Yeah.
Until you're told, hey man, you've been here longer than me. You sit wherever you want to.
Yeah.
There's always a hierarchy, and you have to know your role, as Ron Simmons would say.
Yep. And that's what it's all about, and that's what they've been able to do. I want you to hear from Coach Sark, because there was something that was said yesterday that was pretty spot on. And it kind of caught everybody off guard because he had been talked about. I didn't feel as much because all the Cam Coleman conversation and what was going on with Cam, but he said something that was really important, and I thought it was spot on.
I was thinking about something yesterday. I feel like we've forgotten about Ryan Wingo. This guy was a second-team All-SEC receiver, had over 850 yards last year. And we all loved Xavier when he was here. Xavier's sophomore year, I think he had like 700 yards. And all of a sudden, it's like we forgot about Ryan Wingo. He's a really good player, and we're fortunate to have him to go along with Cam and Emmett and all the guys over there. So that's just one thing that's shown up to me as Ryan has been coming back into the fold. It's like, wow, this guy's really good, and he continues to get better from where he was his freshman year to where he is now.
That's what it's all about. And I don't think anybody forgot.
I don't think nobody forgot,
because we got a chance to talk to Ryan Wingo last week. But the most important thing is he understands that a lot of people are talking about Cam Coleman. Yeah. A lot of people are talking about Sterling Burkhalter. There's new people in the fold that are more, I'm not going to say more interesting, because Ryan Wingo is very interesting, but we know Ryan Wingo. We don't know
they're new.
These new guys. So we're trying to get more in depth to what they're capable of doing. Coming up next, we're going to talk to our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman, and get his thoughts on what he heard from Coach Sark and, of course, the ending of the Texas women's basketball season. And, of course, the transfer portal is active. We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Northbound on 183 from 130 to 71 right now. That's going to be an 18-minute delay, and it will take you 40 minutes to get through there. Southbound on I-35 from Westinghouse to Cesar Chavez, a 14-minute delay. That will take you 36 minutes to move through that area. I'm Lee Rizo with a look at your Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Baseball dads, they're a little bit different. They all got that radar gun on the app. They got a folding chair, sunflower seeds, and of course, they've got 14 different opinions on what the batting order should be. But the ones that I like to be with are the ones that are behind the fence enjoying an ice-cold Bud Light. Because even after the game, Coach deserves an ice-cold Bud Light. Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas baseball. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Get ready, Austin. The Dallas Wings take on the Las Vegas Aces live at Moody Center on May 3rd. Don't miss this WNBA preseason showdown. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
which way to Specs.
Come on, let's go.
Specs, fine spirits, and finer foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shop Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shop Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you. Cheers to savings.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
The biggest golf tournament of the year is here, and now you can trade the tournament on Kalshi. Kalshi partner Bryson DeChambeau is trading at 8% to win it all. That means a $100 trade pays out $1,250 if he wins it all. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the odds move, you can buy in and out of your position all tournament long. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code ACTION to get $10 when you trade 10. That's code ACTION, Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything.
Spurs tip it off against the Trailblazers tonight at home. Victor Wembanyama dealing with that rib injury is doubtful. Texans acquired linebacker Marte Mapu from the Patriots for a 2027 sixth-round pick. Rockies beat the Astros 5-1 at Coors Field. Astros ace Hunter Brown will not throw for a few weeks due to a grade 2 shoulder strain. I'm Ronta Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com. Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
I'm Daniel Alarcon. I'm John Green, co-host of the podcast The Away End with my old friend Daniel. I remember the first time I took my oldest son to an actual live soccer game. And when you step out through the concourse and you can see the field, he did like that, like a sharp intake of breath. And he said, "This is so unusual for my eyes." Oh, I love that. Together, we'll find out why, of all the unimportant things, football, soccer is the most important. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search The Away End with Daniel Alarcon and John Green, and listen now.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. It's Wednesday. It's the Hump Day edition, and what better way to spend the week than talking to our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And Danny, we want to get into Coach Sark first. What was something that stood out to you yesterday about his conversation and availability with us yesterday?
Obviously, I think the spring game structure, whatever we're calling the spring game now, kind of stood out. Maybe a little bit of a disappointment to some fans who are expecting to see a little bit of a scrimmage, but I guess we're getting more of an open practice in next weekend. I thought he had some fun moments talking about, you made a comment to him afterwards about how tough it is to actually see a 88-mile-an-hour slider, and how he knew that baseball was no longer for him once he saw one of those at USC. So I kind of took him on his football pass. So that was a nice little light moment. That kind of came out of a conversation he had about Samari Wright, who's actually been pretty balling out during spring practices, but kind of was on the wrong end of a Cam Coleman clip that went viral. And Steve, made the comment. It was like, hey, it went viral because y'all retweeted it. It's like, y'all posted it on your social media platforms, buddy. This one's not on me. You threw your own guy into the bus. Those are some of the things. You also talked about the explosive plays, which I found kind of interesting, and talked a little bit about Arch. Not going full speed, but still getting a lot of reps as he kind of does his thing. Following his offseason surgery. So there's like tidbits and news and notes. Talked a little bit about the SEC championship game as well, and not really wanting that to go away, but seeing the point of getting rid of it if they need to, if the playoff field expands. But a lot of little tidbits. There's nothing earth shattering, but I think the spring game kind of stood out to me. So sorry everybody. We're not watching a full football game next weekend.
Danny Hardge and I's concern was about the tight end position and the usage of the tight end position. And Hardge said, you know what, man, maybe there's a reason that they didn't throw the ball in there. I like the fact that we're hearing now that Shannon is coming along, and Michael Masunas is living up to expectation. What do you think about the tight end group?
I'm impressed. You're further along than I am with learning the new guy's name. So good job there. I'll get that down by the fall. But obviously the tight end position here is important for Steve. It's important for Jeff Banks. They consistently stress it. Steve has consistently said that's the second most important position on his offense. So we know the tight ends are going to be involved. Steve has shown success of having good tight ends, whether it's a Gunnar Helm, whether it was Jatavian Sanders here at Texas. Last year, they fell off a little bit, but Jack Andrews still had some moments. He started this season on fire, had a touchdown catch in the Citrus Bowl. Is going to get drafted in a couple weeks. So, they've continually turned out good tight ends, and I'd expect, whether it's forced or whether one of these guys kind of steps up, the tight end is going to be involved. There's going to be two tight end sets. There's going to be these. So, those young guys have been in the system for a while, or, Michael coming over from Michigan State, like those guys are going to have to step up because they are going to need them with this offense and the way that Steve likes to run things with the tight end position.
So I wanted to ask you this too, because one of the names that kept popping up yesterday was the linebacker Tyler Atkinson, and how he kind of fits the part and where all that has happened. Talk about what you've thought and what you've heard about Tyler Atkinson being able to physically be able to get out there.
I think the thing with Tyler, I think a lot of people, whether it's in the media, whether it's fans, want to see big things from him immediately, just because he's that 5-star freshman, comes in with a lot of acclaim, and it's one of those things we're just going to see. I mean, Texas brought in 2 really good linebackers this offseason. Texas has Ty Anthony Smith coming back, so it's not like that room is dearth of talent. Steve kind of talked with the linebackers yesterday, answering the linebacker question. So I mean, it may take Tyler a little bit to get acclimated. This is still, SEC football. This is still Ohio State, the second week of the season. I think it'd be unfair to expect. I think sometimes we expect a little bit too much from these freshmen when they're 5 stars coming in. So I mean, we may not be seeing the next, Derek Johnson out there on week 1, but obviously he's a 5-star for a reason. There's a reason Texas wants him. Texas obviously believes in his talent, and you will eventually see it. Just may not be early because they don't need it early. They have talent in that room, and that's good for a young freshman. I'm sure he wants to play and go full speed from day one. But that's not always the best thing, especially at this level.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you this. We're going to transition now to basketball, women's basketball. We're talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. Obviously, Danny, the season did not end the way a lot of Texas fans thought it should end. They lose to UCLA, who went on to become the women's national champion. It has been a let's just say it was a rough watch all the way to the end, strictly because of the fact that you had moments where you really thought that Texas was going to get a chance to win that game because they just kept sticking around, keep hanging around, but they fall short. And now the fall out is some young ladies decided to jump in the transfer portal. But before we get to the portal part, put a bow on Rory Harmon's career.
Rory's legacy, I think, is going to be kind of interesting to dissect over the next few years. I thought Vic was a little out of pocket with some of his complaints about the All-American stuff. You think Rory should be an All-American, don't bench her against LSU and Vanderbilt. That doesn't help her case. And this is also, listening to her career stats, this isn't a career award. These are season by season awards. Rory had a great career at Texas. That assist record is not going to be broken anytime soon. I doubt that steals record, when it comes close to that because of, eligibility reasons. She's probably going to end up being the all-time starts leader as well. She was a great point guard here. Does great mean she gets her number retired? I don't think so. She didn't win a title here and was never an All-American, as Vic was also pointed to point out. But she was a great point guard. She was a foundational piece for Vic's tenure here at Texas. They probably don't have the success that they have if she's not running the show, and she's going to be very, very tough to replace. I think sometimes we get a little bit caught up in the moment afterwards, which I think Vic definitely did in that post-game press conference, which is fine. Him and Rory have been through a lot of wars together, but I think when we had some time to actually reflect on her career and what she was all about, she should be someone that Texas fans should appreciate and should miss when she's no longer here at Texas next year, because that's not going to be easy to replace.
Right. Danny, I'm having a tough time with Rory leaving. What's next?
I mean, as far as the point guard position, we'll find out. We'll see if Vic has insisted that Bree Preston's going to be the point guard next year, and you have a freshman with Lizzie Spates, a top 20 recruit coming in this upcoming recruiting class. Vic insists that he's fine with that. We'll see if that's actually the case. We'll see if they try to go out and get a point guard in the portal. But we've seen what Bree can do over the past couple of years. I would have loved to have seen her get a little bit more playing time in some of these tournament games. But I guess Vic, when you have a Rory Harmon, Vic felt pretty comfortable leaning on her against UCLA because it wasn't a blowout game or whatever. But we've seen spurts from Bree, and she's the future. She's the future, and I think she's a very confident young woman, and I think she thinks she can handle the job. And I guess we'll just find out next year if it's her and Lizzie kind of running the show.
Are you going to Texas A&M this weekend?
Of course. I'm going on Friday and Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to go on Sunday. Hotel prices are a little bit little bit expensive, and I convinced my bosses to let me stay overnight one night. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 2 nights out of it, but I think Friday, with the spectacle that Friday is going to be, is definitely something to check out. And Jim, we'll talk to Jim again tomorrow. We didn't talk to Jim at all about A&M last night, but I'm sure he's going to say all the right things and not really want to talk about it. But I'm sure those fans are going to be camping out probably after they get off their lunch breaks on Friday, heading down to Bluebell Park with their bubbles and making sure that their voices are nice and warmed up so they can boo Jim throughout the night. That's going to be it's going to be a great atmosphere. Maybe not if you're a Longhorns fan, but it's going to be pretty good. I just hope, there are kids around. Let's keep the language maybe like a PG-13. Let's not get too crazy with what we say.
Oh, well,
I hope.
You already know they don't care. They're looking forward to this. They've had this circled on that calendar.
You should say that about the kids. The kids are going to be talking like that.
The day that he came to the 40 acres was the day that they circled on that calendar. As always, Danny, we appreciate you. Next week, we should know more about the transfer portal and the ladies that got in there and see if they found new homes, because I really want to get some more into that, because those are two that I expected big things from coming next season. So we'll see all about that. As always, man, thanks, man, and be safe in Aggie land this weekend.
Thank you, Danny.
I'm wearing neutral colors. No one's going to mistake me for a Longhorn this weekend.
There he is, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. When we come back, we'll put a bow on that game last night as Texas baseball dominates University of Incarnate Word. We'll talk about it right here on Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Texas baseball is back. Catch every big hit.
This one out to deep left center. You can say goodnight to it.
Every strikeout.
Strike three call. Got him looking.
Every big play.
Dives. He made the catch. He made the catch.
Of Longhorns baseball all season long on 1300 The Zone and streaming free on the iHeart Radio app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Northbound on 183 from 130 to 71 right now. That's going to be an 18-minute delay, and it will take you 40 minutes to get through there. Southbound on I-35 from Westinghouse to Cesar Chavez, a 14-minute delay. That will take you 36 minutes to move through that area. I'm Lee Riza with a look at your Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
In 20628.
No power? No problem. With a whole home backup generator from Abacus. Abacus offers professional Generac installation with extended warranties, financing, and now certified Generac maintenance plans. Abacus, you can count on us.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this, but I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be protested and they can be reduced. But instead of filing protests yourself and very possibly losing your appeal, Ownwell does it all for you. And we give you the best chance to win and save big. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of Texans and put money back in their pocket, and you can be one of them. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 25%. And that's only if you save.
Now I don't worry about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The instant oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings, like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, granola, and bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker. Bring out the good.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
We asked kids what it took to be a dad. This is what they had to say.
A father is always present. I mean, what real father figure can you have if they're not there?
In order to be a good dad, you need to love your son. You need to put gas in your car so you don't break down in the middle of nowhere. And you need to make them breakfast. Yep.
I mean, just to maybe play like a board game with me, or to just stay home and play some video games with me. Just to do like that one little thing is what I really look forward to.
I'm not asking him to be a perfect dad, but he should try. He's just a constant force in my life.
There's no other type of love like a dad's love because it's not comparable to anything else.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Swung on, and that's line down the left field line. That'll fall in. 2 runs will score on the play. Borba, big turn, and he will stand at second with an RBI double. The throw gets away from shortstop. Trotting in to score is Pack. All 3 runners on base score. 2 on the double, 1 on an error, and it's for UIW. There's a ball lined in the left field by Becerra for a base hit. Rounding third and racing for the plate is Pack. He'll score. The pitch. Swung on, that's lined in the center for a base hit. That'll get 2 runs home, and the ball went off the glove of the center fielder, Rucker. Rounding third, coming home to score all the way in after that. Not stopping was Aiden Robbins. 2 runs score on the base hit, a third on an error. And this ball is smoked out to dead left center. And you can say goodnight to it. Carson Tinney drives another one out, long distance. Tinney picks up his 11th home run of the season. On pitch, swung on a fly ball to right. Right at Mansour, he has it, and that will do it. The Longhorns will win this one in 7 innings, 6.5 to be exact. In the top of the 7th, 1-2-3 go the Cardinals of the University of the Incarnate Word. Final score here tonight at UFC Disch-Falk Field. The Texas Longhorns 16, the UIW Cardinals 4.
You heard it right there. Texas Longhorns moved to 27-5, another midweek victory. The top of the lineup did a lot of the damage when you look at what Ethan Mendoza, a double and a home run, driving in 2. Carson Tinney, hot as fish grease right now, 4 home runs in his last 10 at-bats. We will take that all day. Anthony Pack Jr. drives in 3, scores 2 runs. By the way, Tinney, who was DH and ended up scoring 4 runs of the 16. So big work by the Texas Longhorns, and now it is that time. It is time for Texas to go to Aggie Land to take on the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies. Speaking of the Aggies fall in Slam Marcus 9-8. That's the first time that they got the dub against them at San Marcos since 2013. Big stuff is headed this week. I don't think it's a matter of looking forward to it, but here is Coach Schlossnagle after the game with Keith Moreland.
Skipper, it's nice to be back home, albeit for one day. Now, you were talking to us about offense and things you're doing offense. I know this just one day. Did you see some improvements in what you were looking for?
Yeah, it felt like, I think Tenney's in a good spot. I like that Gumbo got a bun down that we need to get down. I like that Mendoza, in the first inning, they wasn't afraid to steal the 2 bases when there was some opportunities there. So, I mean, obviously they gave us a ton of free bases. But I thought that I thought we took advantage of what they gave us, and I thought we, in a kind of a speed bumpy game, we pitched pretty well.
Yeah, I think let's go back to it. I thought Cade pitched better. Probably the outcome was he made one mistake and didn't catch a ball.
Yeah. I mean, if we catch a ball in center field, he gives up 1 run. So Cade did great. He did exactly what we asked him to do, and good. Walker showed a little bit better signs there, and Grubbs made some good pitches to get a good left-handed hitter out, which is a good sign for us. And then Brody threw a ton of strikes, so all good.
All right, last thing, you can't help but ask. It's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been a great rivalry. You've been on both sides of it now, and you just look at it and go, it is what it is, and go play.
Yeah. It's about the players. They're going to be a lot talked about, as you know, in this rivalry. It's an honor to be a part of it, no matter what side you're on. And this will be a interesting 3 days for sure. 2 really good teams with a lot to play for. But it's we can't make it. If we win a game, it's 1 win. If we lose a game, it's 1 loss. It's not anything more or less than that for either team. Both teams are good, and there's a lot of baseball to play.
Thanks for taking the time.
All right, thanks.
A lot of big games to play. Cannot wait for that series. Friday night, 7:00 on 103.1 FM. Right now, we want to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets to go see the Doobie Brothers. That's right. And Carlos Santana, August the 18th at the Moody Center. All you got to do is get over to that iHeartRadio app, the one that you're listening to right now. There's a microphone right there. Hold that button down and leave the keyword of the day, Woodstock. Woodstock is the keyword of the day for a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Carlos Santana and the Doobie Brothers August the 18th at the Moody Center. Be locked in all week. We'll give you a chance. Got 2 more chances at it. That's right. You got Thursday and Friday to win a pair of tickets to go see Carlos Santana and the Doobie Brothers. Keyword, Woodstock. Woodstock is the keyword. Mark.
You trying to take it back to the 70s?
Got to do it. There's a lot to be proud of right there when you start to look at what Texas was able to do with the game last night against Incarnate Word. The pitching staff only gave up 6 hits, 1 error. And if they catch the ball in center field, he only gives up 1 run, and that game is probably over a little bit quicker. But you start to look at this weekend, and we'll have Coach Schlossnagle on tomorrow morning, 8:00, to talk about all things Texas A&M. Also recap the trip to South Carolina and last night's game. But it's going to be a fun weekend. Coming up next, we'll talk to Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com. Get all the latest on what's going on in Big D. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mark here, the world's strongest man. I've been lucky enough to spend a good amount of time at the newest and the best sports bar in town, the Rowdy Cowboy. Between the grand opening and the live broadcast that we've done, I've had the ability to sample a large part of this menu. And guys, let me tell you, you're gonna love it. Along with the 32 beers on tap and the 70 big screen TVs, and of course, the Rowdy Cowgirls. If you haven't been there yet, then what are you waiting on? Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 loop.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast, Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
which way to Specs.
Come on, let's go.
Specs, fine spirits and finer foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shop Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shop Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you.
Shop.
Cheers to savings.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats. Looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. They can't stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m., though. They can help you sell, they can help you market, and they can help you hire in one place. They cannot help you be in 3 places at one time, though. And while they can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business at LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/Dan Patrick Show. Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. Today's home electronics can be a bit daunting. My company has spent the last 38 years making sure they are not. We carry all major brands of television and stereo equipment at prices you can't find in stores, and you don't have to leave your house. We come to you. I believe in having fun and dreaming big. If you have a dream for your home entertainment, let me know. I can make that dream come true. Anything from theaters to multi-room audio systems, lighting control, computer networks, hell, even golf simulators. We cultivate clients for a lifetime by treating everyone like their family. And we provide everything at incredibly competitive prices and install it seamlessly into your home. So relax, hug your kids, make love to your wife, and smile. Then give us a call at 512-255-8678. It's 512-255-8678 or online at avconsultations.com.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app could win you something amazing.
The iHeart Awards in LA.
Plus, it's the fastest way to get your voice on your favorite station.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
I love you guys. Have a good day.
Try the talkback mic now. Just open the free iHeart Radio app.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeart Radio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Harge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. In hour number 1, we got a chance to hear from Coach Sark and Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman talking about Sark. And, of course, we got a chance to hear Texas baseball with their victory last night. Run Rule fashion as they get ready to go to Aggie Land. Right now, let's go up to Dallas and talk to our guy, Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com. And Tommy, you know, draft is always something to talk about. Everybody gets excited about it. But the other story that is out there that is looming large is the situation with George Pickens. As I bring up the draft, I bring up George Pickens, and there's some people that think that possibly there will be a trade with Pickens involved. Not asking you to tell me because I know there are certain things you cannot talk about, but what's the latest on George Pickens?
Yeah, hey guys. First of all, it's good to be back with you guys. Second, with Pickens, you know, I think that this has been kind of what most people expected from the jump. I initially thought that there would be a long-term deal knocked out, but I think my expectation now has changed to, I see George Pickens just playing under the franchise tag in 2026 because that's typically what mostly everybody in Cowboys history and more or less NFL history has done when they're in the position that he is in. Um, so that's what I expect. I really I don't think Dallas wants to trade him. I haven't heard anything about, hey, keep your eye out for this in terms of him being moved. Obviously, that can change, and if the right offer comes across the table, as it would with just about any player on the roster, the Cowboys could listen. But I think they've recognized how valuable Pickens is to the offense, and what two number one receivers can do with Dak Prescott playing the way that he's been playing. So I think it would take a very pretty penny for there to be a move with George Pickens. So as it stands right now, I expect him to stay in Dallas and play under the franchise tag in 2026.
Don't you think that it would be advantageous to the Cowboys' success to have 3 first-round picks in this draft, and possibly with a team that's like Cleveland or where the Cowboys trade up? Hard to talk me into. Listen, man, the Cowboys have drafted successfully the last 3 to 5 years. There's no need to reach for somebody. But it seems like that might be where they go, because you look at the financials, and it would be hard to afford Pickens at the same cost as a Dak Prescott. I mean, as a CD Lamb.
Sure. Yeah, that might get you in a tight spot. But the good news about the franchise tag right now is he's not costing that. He's not costing that much money. So that's why, I think Dallas is happy and wants him to play under that tag. And the thing about the franchise tag is it's kind of tough for athletes to dance around that, and they don't have a ton of leverage in negotiations. So that's why I expect Pickens to play on it. And, sure, 3 first-round picks would be great, but at the same time, there's a lot of ifs. If you take a wide receiver, is it going to be as impactful? Maybe not even as impactful, because I think that's unrealistic, but is it going to be somewhat near equivalent to what Pickens' impact on the offense was, to where everything is truly off the shoulders of CeeDee Lamb? Is a rookie wide receiver or whoever you bring in going to be able to shoulder that workload in year one and be able to have that kind of impact on the offense? There's that, and then what do you do with the other 2 picks, and do you have the improvement that you need on the defensive side of the ball? So sure, there's pros and cons to each scenario, but I think having 2 first-round picks in this year's draft and George Pickens is a really good spot to be in. And who's to say they can't move up still? What if Cleveland calls, or you call Cleveland and you say, hey, we'll give you 12 and 20 for 6 and 37, I think is their second round pick.
Right.
So now you've got, a top 10 pick, you've got 2 top 100 picks after that. And, you're putting them in a good spot to help your defense. So I think there's still ways to keep Pickens, move around in the draft and get some good players.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you this, because I am, you mentioned defense, but the story on the defense right now has been Christian Parker and what he's been able to do since he's been in the building. He's a guy that a lot of people, from what Coach Schottenheimer has said, that the defensive guys are spending a lot of time in his office, and it seems to be one of those coaching changes that needed to happen, but more importantly, guys are starting to gravitate to him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, here's the funny thing about Christian Parker, and, I say this is a funny thing, but I am 100% serious when I say it. I have never been able to either see him or talk to him for more than 15 seconds, because the guy is always on the phone talking to people, or at pro days, he's catching up with people. Like, he knows everybody, and everybody just gravitates and swarms him, because he's had that kind of impact on people. And Brian Schottenheimer has said it many times. In the interview process, there was nobody that had anything bad to say about him. And when I've talked to people around the NFL from different stops of his, I haven't found anybody to say anything bad about him either. So, that's all well and good, but obviously the end all be all is going to be, what does the defense look like? What do his players look like? What does this look like on the field? That's obviously what keeps guys in jobs. But, as far as what he's done to start building relationships with his players and, laying the groundwork for what he wants to do on defense, I think he's checked a lot of boxes, and now it's just a matter of getting the right pieces for his defense and putting out a good product on the field.
They
Because this is
brought
his
in.
first time doing it, and that's important to remember. Sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is his first time coordinating, so there's going to be a lot of questions that he's got to answer for. How can he call a defense? What's that going to look like his first time doing it?
Well, you mentioned that he gets glowing reports and nobody has anything bad to say. And former players always say, wow, he just raises your awareness. He just makes you see it in slow motion and recognize that's what the Cowboys needed more than physicality. They needed brain trust. People were in the wrong place pointing at each other all the time. If you can fix the fact that people know where they're supposed to be, I think that would be the thing with somebody like him at defensive coordinator. That would be the answer for the Cowboys. And even draft guys, if you have to move up to get downs because they say he's probably the most brilliant mind and that's come out of college at safety since Ed Reed, I'm like, go get him. Go get that guy. Yeah, he's not as athletic. Yeah, he's not as big. But they say that Rodriguez is a super smart guy, recognizes everything, is in the right place. How about getting some brains in the defense? What do you think about that philosophy?
Well, I think you have to find a balance of it, right? Like, you can be a super smart player, but if you're not big enough or not fast enough for the league, then, it's only going to matter so much. But, with the guys that you mentioned, like a Caleb Downs or a Jacob Rodriguez, absolutely. I think those two guys are two guys at positions of need that could come in and probably help you day one. Caleb Downs, for me, is the best player in this draft class. He's the smartest player on every football field that he has ever stepped on in his career up to this point. And, I think that definitely is going to translate. And he would be what I feel like a custom fit almost to this scheme and to this defense, because he can wear so many hats in the secondary, and he can, be the brain trust like you had mentioned there. And, Rodriguez, same thing, is, athletically, I think he tested so much better than we thought. And what worries me is that I didn't see that all the time on film, but, that's okay when you rack up 100-something tackles and 7 turnovers, but are you going to be able to clean up the missed tackles and things like that? So everybody's going to have their questions, but no doubt, Christian Parker, what has been said about him and what he's told us is that he doesn't like gray area. He really doesn't like guys not being on the same page or there being any misunderstandings about what's going on. So if that is the case, and if his players play with confidence and know where they're supposed to be, then absolutely you're going to see a much different unit this coming year.
We're talking to Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com. You can follow him at Tommy_Yarish. I'm going to let you go with this, Tommy, because first off, thank you for taking the time.
Appreciate you, bro.
I know you guys are being very, very busy right now trying to figure out what's happening in the draft. But I also want to talk about Brandon Aubrey, because he's somebody that I feel is more valuable than most when it comes to the kicking game, because points are points, and if we can get them, we need to take them. What is the latest with his story on what the next step is for for Brandon Aubrey?
Hey, if they want to sign me to that kind of money, tell them to call me, please.
But can you kick, man? Can you kick?
I sure cannot. No, absolutely not. They should not call me. No, we talked to Jerry Jones about this, the NFL owners meetings a couple of weeks ago, and it sounds like he's happy with the second round tender on Brandon Aubrey. So I don't know if there is an extension that gets done this season. It might be something for next year, because as things stand, I think that they're happy with the number that's been placed on him. I think it's 5-point-something million. So he would be well within the top 10 kickers. I don't remember if he's top 5 or not. I'd have to double check on that. But at some point, I do expect the two sides to come to agreement on a long-term deal. So I wouldn't expect, unless somebody offers a second-round pick for Brandon Aubrey, then I think you have to consider that. But as things stand right now, I think he plays on the tender in 2026, and then from there they get an extension done.
Man, let's hope so, because I think he's a special part of what the Cowboys are going to need if they're going to have
second round pick. Sound good to me
this season. As always, man, thank you for taking the time. We appreciate you, and we'll be talking to you again soon because the draft is just around the corner.
Anytime, fellas. Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
There he is, Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com. A lot to digest right there, Mark.
I know.
To digest.
I know. I'm full right now.
Coming up next, speaking of full, we got to talk about the Masters, what the prices are, and what would be your Masters dinner. That's right. We got our ideas right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
It's draft day. Time to get ready for the picks, the predictions, and the party at Rowdy Cowboy. Join us Thursday, April 23rd at Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock for a live special NFL draft show you won't want to miss. Mike Hardball Harge and the Zone Gang will bring you expert analysis and bold takes as the future of the NFL unfolds. From the first pick to the surprises, we'll break it all down. The Zone's NFL Draft Show, Thursday, April 23rd, starting at 2 p.m. at Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Northbound on I-35 between 45 Southeast Toll and William Cannon. Stop-and-go traffic here so far. Your delay is 21 minutes. FM 973 at Shadow Glen. Got an accident reported there. And some more stop-and-go traffic, 290 westbound between FM 1100 and FM 973. I'm Lee Raza, Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
It's Matt and Bowen. If you've ever had an opinion about a celebrity, a movie, or a random woman on TikTok, this podcast is for you.
Listen to Las Culturistas on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Let me get personal here. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It gets a lot better than that. Right, Todd? Wouldn't you say that Dude Wipes gets a whole lot better?
Much better.
Thank you. So no matter the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered, confidently covered. They comfortably clean up what TP leaves behind for no more maintenance wipes. No way. Irritation? Not a chance. Time to make the trade of the season and switch from toilet paper to wet, extra large Dude wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude wipes. Made from 99% water and plant-sourced fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like mint chill and shea shea butter to protect your end zone. Join the movement for cleaner movements and live in a skid-free zone. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes, best clean, hands down.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play. That my worth isn't determined by my performance. That even on my worst day, I am worthy. That you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Washington Secondary School Athletic Administrators Association.
Longhorns basketball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Dallas Cowboys, we'll unpack a little bit more of that tomorrow or maybe even later today. I do want to get into this because tomorrow we have a big day here on the morning kickoff. 7:30, we have Eric Henry of Horns 247. 8 a.m., we have Texas baseball coach Jim Schlossnagle. And at 8:17, in our Legends of the Locker Room segment, we will have former Fab Five member Ray Jackson will be joining us on the show to talk about Michigan winning the national championship and his experience while he was there witnessing it all. So I can't wait to talk to Ray Jack and, of course, Coach Schlossnagle about his trip and our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247. Well, it's Masters Week, and today is the par 3 contest. By the way, on the par 3 contest, whoever wins the par 3 contest has never won the Masters. So that's when you see other people come out, take little putts for them and do different things so they can be disqualified, so they can get a chance to win the Masters. But it's special when you get a chance to win the Masters because there's so much that goes into it. And one of the biggest things that if you win, you get a chance to host a dinner. Last night, Rory got a chance to host his, and this was his menu for the Masters Club dinner. Peach and rashada flatbread. These were appetizers. Rock shrimp tempura, bacon wrapped dates, grilled elk sliders. The first course, yellowfin tuna, caprica. Main course, Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon.
You don't like filet mignon?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I love filet mignon. It's my favorite. And then the dessert is sticky toffee pudding.
Ooh, all right.
They have different champagnes. They got wines and all the other stuff that goes into that. And each year you get a chance to host it and you get a chance to pick your meal. Well, obviously the story that is going out there right now is about Tiger Woods not being there, Phil Mickelson not participating this year as well. And there was Bubba Watson, a former champion, talked about not having Tiger there following his DUI.
So I've always been, I could care less about Tiger's golf. I've always been in his ear. I told him that I wanted to be here for his next major. I was here in 19. We were in the champions locker, and I made a lot of the champions come down to congratulate him. That was very emotional. And I told him from day one that we started hanging out back in 06, 07, somewhere in there, that I would, I'm pulling for him as a human being. Forget his golf. I could care less about his golf. And so anybody that's struggling with anything, I feel for him because I've went through a lot of mental stuff. So yeah, I always pull for him. I don't have his phone number anymore. He blocks me because I make fun of him all the time. But yes, when we were on the Ryder Cup captaincy together, he told me how much that meant that I was here in 19. When I was here in 19, he was the next week after he won, he was very appreciative that I was here, and I told him I'd be here for the major. So nothing but love for him, and hopefully he can come back stronger.
And you hope for that. I mean, that's what everybody is looking for Tiger Woods. But the question is, now that we're looking for Tiger and hopefully he's going to be okay, my question to you, my friend, what would be your Masters dinner?
Man, I hate to reinforce the Fuzzy Zeller stereotype for all the people that like golf. They know what I'm talking about. Fuzzy Zeller, went on this little racial tirade, but I would reinforce it. I'm just saying right now, like,
oh my God, I don't believe this, man.
Listen, man, I'm gonna have.
What is it?
I'm gonna have chicken fried steak.
Okay.
I'm gonna have collard greens.
Okay.
Cornbread or hot water cornbread.
Okay.
I would love as an appetizer, have like shrimp corn fritters.
Okay.
I'm gonna fry it up in there. Like, and
what's your dessert?
Man, peach cobbler.
Okay.
With bluebell ice cream.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I can't eat cobbler without bluebell.
Yeah. I
I'm
believe either
conditioned.
Justin.
And we're gonna have purple Kool-Aid too.
Oh, you're gonna have the drink up in there.
We're gonna have the drink.
Okay.
We're not gonna have grape.
Okay, we're gonna have the purple. Marcus, what would be your Masters dinner?
Look, I am on a 4-week streak of crawfish. You asking me at the
You gonna have a crawfish ball?
We gonna have sticky hands. We gonna make a mess. You better bring your bib. You asking me at the wrong time. I'm on a 4-week streak.
Listen,
I'm making
man.
it 5 somewhere this weekend. I don't know where, but I'm going straight in on the crawfish right now.
There are white people all over America right now going.
Mostly in Augusta.
They have no idea how Augusta works.
All right, so
We're not gonna get an invite, Marcus.
So I'm gonna tell you.
Ours can go.
No,
They gotta fly some
because you're gonna eat filet mignon.
Okay, hold on.
They gonna
Let
fly
me explain
somebody
to you
in.
What mine is?
Let me lean in.
Yeah. Appetizers, shrimp cocktails.
Okay.
And oysters.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Fried or half shell?
Half shell. Yeah. My wife's jalapeno poppers. She does an amazing job with that. The main course, I'm leaning into my Fuzzy Zeller as well. Hey, we was mad at Fuzzy, but
he was telling the truth.
I'm having smothered pork chops.
Oh yeah.
And steaks. You get one of the
Mm-hmm.
Filet mignon, the steaks. Mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and greens. All right. So pick what you want out of that. My dessert, banana pudding or bread pudding. You gonna have some pudding.
If you do bread pudding,
Yeah.
you gotta have that rum sauce.
Oh yeah. It's all gonna be over there. You're gonna need a nap after you get done. But
There will be no golf play if you have the meal that I want.
So last year,
And I would love. You got to throw brown gravy.
Yeah,
we got to
my
specify if you
yes.
have chicken fried steak or smothered pork chops.
Yeah, it's brown gravy.
It's got to be
Ain't no
brown
white
gravy.
Never, ever do I eat it if it's got white gravy on it. Be like, y'all got some brown back there? Because I ain't getting down with that. All right. So Masters, the dinner for
You know
Scotty
this is our
Scheffler.
last show, right?
Let's enjoy it.
Let's enjoy it.
This what Scotty Scheffler had last year. Bacon wrapped wild duck poppers. The main course was all you can eat crab legs or Japanese Wagyu ribeye, served with homemade potato salad and roasted whole corn. His dessert, banana pudding, and he spelled it with 2 N's, banana pudding. And then you have the extra vanilla wafers for that banana pudding.
You know what? That Marcus?
Yeah.
That maybe you can go.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go. He had crab legs. I mean, I didn't think that would be kosher with
that ain't crawfish though.
It's not crawfish. But it's a boil.
Yeah, it's a boil. So there you go.
Maybe they put potatoes and corn in the boil. I don't know.
Maybe. But my curiosity is always about what's next in the meal. And I got to go back and recheck that because that may not have been Scotty's. It might have got me.
That sounded real good, though.
It was definitely something that was really, really good. But I'm going to go back and look at it to make sure because I want to make sure I got the right meal for you. Coming up next, we got the WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, the Mark Henry, bringing you his World's Strongest Take. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Good morning. The 130 toll going northbound just after the Maha Loop got a vehicle on fire there. Stop and go traffic back to the 183-45 interchange. Westbound on 290 from I-35 to Mopac, a 7-minute delay so far. That will cost you 12 minutes. I'm Lee Riza, Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
which way to Specs.
Come on, let's go.
Specs Wine Spirits and Finer Foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shout Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shout Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you. Shout. Cheers to savings.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, partly cloudy for your Wednesday, a high of 82. Some clouds tonight, a low of 60. Thursday, mostly cloudy, a slight chance of a shower, a high in the mid-80s.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
April is prime sports time.
Launches at 3. Got it.
And iHeartRadio has you locked in. Start your day with Fox Sports Radio's Dan Patrick, getting you caught up on the biggest stories.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
Then find your favorite baseball team hitting the diamond.
Grand slam for Mookie Betts.
Or dive into mock draft season with NFL Daily.
We know Mendoza's going number 1. Who do you have at number 2?
From NBA and NHL playoffs to the draft podium, we've got you covered. Open the iHeartRadio app, search sports, and listen now.
I'm John Walzak, host of the new podcast, Missing in Arizona.
And I'm Robert Fisher, one of the most wanted men in the world.
We cloned his voice using AI. In 2001,
police say I killed my family.
3 dead bodies, 2 were children.
He slit the throat of all of them.
First mom, then the kids.
And rigged my house to explode.
In a quiet suburb.
This is the Beverly Hills of the valley.
Some house just exploded and ignited on fire.
Before escaping into the wilderness.
Leading police on a massive manhunt in rugged terrain.
There was sleet and hail and snow coming down.
It was the biggest manhunt in Arizona history.
They found my wife's SUV.
Within 50 feet was a cave.
You could be buried under rockfall, and you cut a skeleton leaning up against the wall.
And my dog flew.
All I could think of is seeing the sniper me out of some tree.
But not me.
Police believe he is alive and hiding somewhere.
Can you disappear and change your name and work for cash? Yeah, you can.
Fisher is still very much a priority with the FBI. He's on the 10 most wanted list.
Listen to Missing in Arizona.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
Phones, laptops, cars, smart speakers, even on your TV. All devices, all the time. We are everywhere you are. 1300 The Zone.
You heard him. That's what he do. And what he do right now is bringing you his world's strongest take. He's the WWE Hall of Fame. He's the world's strongest. He is the Mark Henry. Take it away, big fella.
Hard. You know what time it is? It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus. Back then, they didn't know me, but now that I'm hot, they are all on me. Another edition of the world's strongest take. Oh, I hate to do this, but Harge, you were right. I was gung-ho.
Mark the take.
Go ahead and mark it. Dang it. I was gung-ho this year. Before the season started talking about NBA basketball and how the Lakers brought in Jake LaRabia, a guy that could stretch and shoot threes and play defense, and how Vanderbilt was back from injury and he would be a awesome 3-and-D guy. Luka in the offseason lost 30 pounds and got stronger and was doing amazing things. That Austin Reeves was he was a breath of fresh air for the Lakers offense. A guy that could play point and two and give both of the guys rest that were the stars in Luka and LeBron. None of that happened this season. None of it. None of it. Guys, let me tell you what the Lakers did yesterday. They played Oklahoma City Thunder. In the last game that the Lakers played, LeBron twisted his ankle in the fourth quarter. I think it was kind of a convenient thing for J.J. Redick to bench LeBron and say, hey, we're going to go a different direction. They were fighting for rank. They wanted to be in the top 3. It's very obvious now they will not be with Luka gone to Europe to get treatment. with Austin Reeves not playing for the rest of this season. And now LeBron James with a twisted ankle did not play last night. They brought up 3 guys from the G League to play in the game. And they halfway bragged about it. Like, oh, we got guys that we drafted that we really do feel like they're going to be able to, give us a good look. Well, J.J. Redick's, his philosophy was, I'm going to play everybody 20 minutes. If you did not play near 20 minutes in this game or more, then you should just pack your bags. Hachimura played 26 minutes. Drew Timme played 27 minutes. LaRavia played 20. Ayton played 20. Kennard played 20. Keebler played 13. The guys that they brought up from the G League, Thero and Nick Smith Jr., both played 20 minutes. Bronny James played 20 minutes. Nobody had a plus 500 shooting percentage. It's poor coaching. I think that they got into a routine of trying to run the numbers up for Luka, and they burnt him up. I think that's a coaching flaw. I think that you have to be able to say, listen, let's play the average. Let's let everybody get some reps. And now he wants to play the averages, but with lesser players. I think that it's not just Luka's fault that he's injured. I don't think that is Austin Reeves' fault that he's injured, or LeBron's. I think it's the usage from the coach. He did not do a good job coaching this team. They didn't do a good enough job putting this team together. Marcus Smart has been out for 6 weeks, 6 games with an injury. Why would you run your older veteran players in the ground the last month before the playoffs? What say you?
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they've been bad forever. And what I mean by that is,
you said forever.
No, forever. I mean, this is an old basketball team when you look at it. There's not a lot of youth on there. So Luka may be the youngest, excluding Bronny, but you look at who they are and what they do, that's how they've been playing all year long. Look how old Marcus Smart is. 32. Look at LeBron, 42.
Why are they averaging 35 minutes a game?
What else does he have? Look at that roster. It's a bad roster. Who said it the other day? Fugazi. That's what they were.
Yeah.
Everybody was looking at them thinking because Luka scored 600 points in a month and he was having this success that they thought that was going to fool people. No, they're exactly who we thought they were. It was fake news for a long time. And that's why I was giving you so much crap, because it was like, this team is not going to survive in the playoffs in a 7-game series.
What's my take?
Your take is this team is cooked.
That's an assessment. My take is this. What do you always say about me? I'm ready to do what?
I know you're ready to trade everybody.
Get rid of everybody.
Nobody wants them used parts, man.
Hey,
you got to take them to the salvage.
Scrap them.
Yeah.
Scrap them then.
See what you can get for
rebuild that team.
This ain't the $6 million man. You can't rebuild it.
Out of their 15 guys, they only have 6 of those guys under contract to come back next year. Everybody,
what 6
do not re-sign them.
What 6 do you want out of it? Are they becoming the Tennessee Volunteers women's basketball team where everybody gone?
Yeah.
You're gonna start from the bottom.
Start from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yeah.
I really do think they should, Harge. You say, hey, we having tryouts.
Yeah.
The Lakers should pick about 3 guys that can really go, play really good defense. And then everything else, they should have tryouts. In the league.
You don't have to go home, but you got to get
Bye. Bye, guys.
You are not invited to the Masters.
Oh, and
dinner.
by the way, Vanderbilt had 5 minutes he played. He's getting as much money as the top 6 players on the team.
Man, you sound like
played 5 minutes.
You sound like Martin Lawrence, man. Get the stepping.
Well, the other part of it is this. You got what you asked for.
I just hate to tell you, you're right. That's the thing that's hurting me the most.
Marcus, mark the tape. When we come back, we're going to close it all out. I want you to hear from Mike Malone as he is named the head coach at North Carolina. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Draft day is coming. Time to get ready for the picks, the predictions, and the party at Rowdy Cowboy. Join us Thursday, April 23rd at Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock for a live special NFL draft show you won't want to miss. Mike Hardball Harch and the Zone Gang will bring you expert analysis and bold takes as the future of the NFL unfolds. From the first pick to the surprises, we'll break it all down. The Zone's NFL Draft Show, Thursday, April 23rd, starting at 2 p.m. at Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Good morning. The 130 toll going northbound just after the Maha Loop. Got a vehicle on fire there. Stop-go traffic back to the 183-45 interchange. Westbound on 290 from I-35 to Mopac, a 7-minute delay so far. That will cost you 12 minutes. I'm Lee Riza, Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this, but I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be protested and they can be reduced. But instead of filing protests yourself and very possibly losing your appeal, Ownwell does it all for you. And we give you the best chance to win and save big. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of Texans and put money back in their pocket, and you can be one of them. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 25%. And that's only if you save.
Now I don't worry about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text tax to 64,000. Text tax to 64,000. Text tax to 64,000.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code FUTURE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FUTURE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's FUTURE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's a sale. Right now, every service needed for your vehicle is on sale at any of the 3 Lee Johnson Ford locations, Austin, Manor, and Buda. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, and alignments. You name it. Any of the 3 Central Texas locations have it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van on most services, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back. Go to leafjohnson.com and pick your location and time. You'll love it at Leaf, Austin, Buda, and Manor.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The instant oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings, like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, granola, and bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker. Bring out the good.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-408-4040. That's 800-408-4040.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Great stuff from the world's strongest man, because he did say I was right. So we got to give him some
Of
love
course.
on that. You know, shout out to Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman, and of course, DallasCowboys.com. As I told you earlier, tomorrow, loaded show, 7:34. Eric Henry of Orange 247. 8 a.m. Texas baseball coach Jim Schlossnagle as the Horns get ready to travel to Texas A&M for a huge series in Aggie Land, and Fab Five member and LBJ superstar, our guy, Ray Jackson, will be joining us at 8:17 for our Legends of the Locker Room segment. You do not want to miss it. North Carolina decided that it was time for Hubert Davis, one of their own, to go. Well, they made a move the other day. The contract is very nice. We'll get into the particulars in just a moment. But Mike Malone, former NBA world champion head coach of the Denver Nuggets, will now be at North Carolina. But the story is Mike Malone was always the play for North Carolina.
The camaraderie. You know, my daughter asked me that same question. You know, she's down in Carolina, your old stomping grounds, Kenny. And she said, what do you miss about coaching? And for me, you're a competitor. I love building something, preparing, being organized. But the most important thing that I miss is being a part of something much bigger than myself. Being in that locker room with the players, being with the coaching staff, celebrating a big win. I love my wife. I love my kids. I love my dogs. But I do miss being a part of that team camaraderie, locker room atmosphere. And I look forward to getting back to that. You know, I'm definitely not done coaching. Coaching is in my blood. I got that from my father. And I'm excited to get back coaching on those sidelines and teaching once again.
That was a few months ago. That was actually 2025. He was sitting there doing an interview talking about Carolina, wearing a Tar Heels shirt because obviously his daughter is part of the volleyball team. Well, yesterday it became official. He became the head coach, and this is what he had to say about it.
You guys always talk about it's a good day to be a Tar Heel. I think Bubba said it. For me, it's a great day to be a Tar Heel. Really thankful for this opportunity. I do not take it lightly. And people keep asking me, Coach, why would you leave a chance of coaching in the NBA again? You're an NBA coach. You won a championship in Denver in 2023. It wasn't an easy decision, but what I kept thinking about was I have a chance to be a part of something special, the history and tradition, to be a part of something much bigger than myself, as I said a few minutes ago. This was the only college job I'd ever consider. If any other job, I wouldn't even answer the phone. And what Steve didn't tell you, if you want to know something about Steve Newmark, persistence defined. That guy would not take no for an answer. I made a decision. I felt good about it. And Steve said, can we fly to your house on Easter Sunday? And we spent 5 hours together along with Eric Hoots. Had a great meeting. And my dog didn't bite him, so he knew he was okay. And that night, we talked for a while. My wife and I, we made the decision to come here. So I do really appreciate that, Steve, for you allowing me to see what this opportunity means. And I appreciate all the players showing up over here. I met with them this afternoon for a little bit, and I told them my vision. I told them what I expect from them, our style of play, and what our culture is going to be. And I want guys to commit to that, buy into that. And if we do that, then you can start talking about banners. But my only goal is to get better every day. And if you do that every single day, you put yourself in a position to have that success. And as I said in the NBA many times, I'll say it here again today, I don't want to just have success. Coach Belichick is here, I believe, one of the greatest coaches of all time. I appreciate you being here. You talk about sustained success, excellence, doing it year in and year out. That's what I want to bring to this table.
They need it. They need it at North Carolina. And the one thing I heard somebody talking about this yesterday, what he's going to be able to do is bring some international players into North Carolina that can turn this thing around. I mean, it's not even bad. I mean, let's be honest. They were in the tournament. But the fact of the matter is they blew a lead. They got knocked out of it. And now they're going to bring in some guys that are going to be locked and loaded and ready to go.
I don't know if I would have mentioned Belichick. I would have left him right out of the conversation. Hey, good to see our football coach here, Coach Belichick, and I'd have kept it moving. There would have been no sustained success conversation.
Yeah.
But to get to basketball, I would like to see what he's going to do with the portal, because not being used to the portal, not the portal being new to him, but because he has scouting departments in Europe, I think that will be where he will have the most success first. There's a young 17, 20-year-old player that he scouted in Europe that he's going to try to bring to college rather than to the NBA now.
Yeah. Yep. It is always going to be one of those things that you look at and you say, did this turn North Carolina around? And it's funny because Mike Krzyzewski, Coach K, was on with your guy, Pat McAfee. And they had made the announcement that Mike Malone was coming there. And he said, well, I mean, they brought in Bill Belichick too. How'd that work out? So, he was like, we're not running from the smoke. We get it. We know what it is. You got to make sure you win. Shire's got to do a better job of closing out games too and finding a way to get it done. But there's going to be opportunities for everybody.
It's easier. It's easier for Successy to take to pull the trigger on the shots while he's not.
Oh yeah,
not the one aiming anymore.
Absolutely. But that's when you have to be able to do so. When you're not in the spotlight anymore. That's what everybody does now when they start talking about things that probably don't pertain to them. I know a lot of people are going to ask the story about the Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel situation on the insider trading, as they like to say. Give us a day. I'll make sure that we talk about it tomorrow.
A lot of inside information on that one.
Yeah. We got to do the research, find out the story, because I don't want to comment on a situation that everybody is not privy to. But I'm going to let everybody continue to spread the word and spread the gospel. And,
hey, show up tomorrow. Hard's going to break some news.
But I'm not the one to be looking for that kind of news.
Oh, man, that's a whole show tease right there.
Yeah. Speaking of that, make sure you're locked in tomorrow. We have Eric Henry of Horns 247.
Tempo.
We have Coach Jim Slosnagel, and we have Fab Five member Ray Jackson joining us. Loaded show. Shout out to Danny Davis today and Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Harge. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see. Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd, Craig Way, and Bucky and BK all today locked on this station.
Why can't you believe?
Because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mark here, the world's strongest man. I've been lucky enough to spend a good amount of time at the newest and the best sports bar in town, the Rowdy Cowboy. Between the grand opening and the live broadcast that we've done, I've had the ability to sample a large part of this menu. And guys, let me tell you, you're gonna love it. Along with the 32